All right, sun is setting over Lake Hartwell, South Carolina here, right on the Georgia border, and I'm in a place called Big Water Marina on Lake Hartwell. There's part of the campground right here, but what I wanted to do for this video is show you this. Instead of putting cabins in, I've noticed more than not, these campgrounds are starting to build tiny house sections instead of the proverbial KOA cabin kind of thing. And so I'm just gonna do a walk around. I'm gonna see about talking to him and coming back on another day to literally do a walk through on some of these tiny houses, because some of these are pretty cool. So let me put it on pause till I get over there. So we just did another video for our channel that has a tiny house community that we got to walk into, one kind of like this one. It's a little bit bigger with a loft, and it's pretty cool. Hey, please hit like and subscribe, help our channel grow. Now, this guy's a pretty cool design, and I'm gonna walk down. All of these are rented right now. It's a weekend, it's a Friday. So I'm just kind of walking by these and just showing you what these campgrounds are doing now. The tiny house community video that's up on our channel had hundreds of them. Pretty decent sized little community. These are a little smaller than some of the ones that they had because they're renting them out for almost $1,000 a month, which I thought was a little high, but if people can afford it and they want to have 4 walls with nobody on the other side of the wall, there you go. You know, you could do the tiny house like this. None of these have lofts by the looks of it. I think the windows in the one that I showed you at the very beginning there are just skylights that kind of come in on a vaulted ceiling situation. That one's really small right there. That one's probably like under 300 feet, maybe around 300 feet. This one here might be actually a little over 300, 400 feet on this guy. And then I'll do a quick walk around the actual park here as well. There's music, a buddy of mine's playing down there, and there's music playing, so I can't really go over there because of copyright information on the music. I don't want to get a strike. Wow, look at that cloud behind this one. There's a good shot, huh? Wow, that's a great thunderhead. So that's it. They don't have that many over here. So it looks like maybe 6, right? Yeah, it looks like there's 6 of them along here. But I saw that at another campground and I was thinking about filming that and I didn't, so now I should have. But this is a pretty nice little campground. I'm going to show you right now because they've got this too. Let me zoom in on that in a half a second here, but that is a houseboat. I think that's a liveaboard right there. And I've noticed a lot of the marinas around here, both in South Carolina and Georgia, make sure they have some dock area for houseboats, and you can do legal liveaboards. And this is a beautiful lake to do a liveaboard on. And I'm going to show you something cool over here at Big Water. Out here, like there's the main building right over there. And out there in that area, they've put a bunch of containers and sunk them 90% into the water as a wave break to protect the marina here. And I thought that was a good idea, since they didn't want to build a whole, seawall. They just put floating containers in, and they pretty much break up the waves that are coming in from the boats. So I'm gonna walk down here. I got something in my hand I gotta throw away, and then I'll start this video up on some of these docks. They've got a lot of little areas like this that have some cookout spots and picnic tables. But you can see some of these are quite old. The little tiny house on water. The original houseboats right here. And the water's really calm back in this area, so it'd be pretty comfortable because most of the boats do the ripping and roaring way over here. I'll just pan over real quick for you guys. Out there, and that's a very small portion of this lake. This is the largest lake in the south as far as miles of shoreline go. 960 something miles of shoreline here at Lake Hartwell. So here's a little bit newer but still an older version of these houseboats. Nice deck up on top. You can fix the inside of these up quite well. But there's a newer one, and that's probably still from like 20, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. But look at that guy. See how there's stairs going up right there, and then they go up and down in the back too, and that's probably on both sides. They got a front deck. They got a giant upper deck. It looks like you could jump off the back there by the flag into the water. And that thing has never moved from the dock every time I've been here. So let's take a look at this other one over here. This one's pretty awesome. One giant deck up on top, and it looks like there's only one set of stairs kind of in the back here. But you got a front deck, a back deck, both are covered. They got the cover off the top up there, so it looks like they never go up there. But I actually like that one the best so far because of the way the stairs are, and they got a top cover. It's got a helm up on top. If you look out in the front there, let me see right there, you got a helm. You can drive it from there. That way you don't have to be driving it from the inside. You can maybe even get rid of the inside helm since you don't drive it that much and utilize that space. But isn't that cool? That is a gorgeous one. I think that's pretty much it for the tiny houses on water here, folks, the houseboats. There's a few other marinas around here that have a lot more, and maybe I'll do a video on that soon. I did want to go and show you this too. So there's the main building right over the top there. There's more RV parking up there. Here's the tiny houses I was just showing you. And then there's this cool hangout here. So let's go take a look at that. That's cool, huh? That is a nice little gazebo for parties or just hanging out. You got a couple rocking chairs, but you can actually literally have a fire there. So if you brought your own firewood here, you can come down here to have a fire and nice little picnic. And then there's the building I was talking about. That's the main facility. We're gonna walk over there, but it's really crowded because it's a Friday night. But I kind of wanted to show you a quick view of the playground they got over there and the deck. You can see the deck up on top in the front there. We're looking at the back right now, and that's called J.R. Cash's dining right there. Here's another angle on this guy. So see, you got a pretty nice back deck. And a spiral staircase. Look at that. I thought it was just a straight up, but that's a spiral right there. That's cool. I like spiral staircases. Good luck carrying something up a spiral staircase. But as far as just the aesthetics go, it's really cool. Let's walk over by that building. That is a cool structure for sure. And I think they got offices up on top. This is some sort of rental facility in there, and they also have a restaurant. But it looks like it belongs up in the mountains where you're going to get a lot of snow. And they barely get any snow down here in South Carolina, but let's walk around the other side. Here's the boat rental dock right here. You can see they got a lot of pontoon boats to rent. And I think they might actually rent, like, it says here, like water bikes and some other stuff too. That is a really nice pontoon boat right there. Look at the color on that thing too. That is gorgeous. Not as gorgeous as this though. Look at that sunset. Beautiful day on the lake. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's those containers I was talking about right here. I'm gonna go down on the dock and get this as well. So you can see they sank them about 90%, especially this guy. This guy's not quite as deep. And he looks like, that actually just looks like floats. Like these two might be just docks, and then the other two out there are containers. Looks like some of them might have sank actually out there, because you can see the far one way out there at the end is in trouble too. But if they're just under the water, they're still doing their job. They're just there to break up the waves as they come in from the boats. Because in the summer, you'll get a lot of boat traffic just ripping around through here. Now you can see there's a very big lake. It's a long way across. That's Georgia over there. And it goes 30 miles that way and 30 miles that way as well. So it's pretty awesome. Let's jump down and take a closer look. Here's a close-up look at that boat I pointed out before. This beautiful 300 horse. You could really ski behind this guy. Instead of having just a bench seat wraparound back here, they've got two more captain's chairs so you can really grab on and be comfortable. This probably folds out into a sleeping, or not a sleeping, but you know, a sun deck right there. So it's outside the actual canopy here. Beautiful brand new canopy too. Look at this. Very high-end one of the pontoons. And then you got your 2 wraparounds up front as well. Semi wraparounds. Not much of a front deck. I like having a bigger front deck so you can actually just sit on it, and yeah, I guess you could sit and lean up against that and that. But isn't that gorgeous? Let's take a look at this right now. So look at this guy's sunken. And I was right. These are basically old docks, it looks like. I don't know what that is. Jeez, that's something weird there. That might be some sort of workstation that they just made into, and you can see it made into like a, you know, part of this barricade. And you can see that they put extra floats on the inside, just floating in there, just so the waves can't get through. You got 2 more containers sunken, about 90% right there and there. Let's go look at these over there. It's too bad that one is sinking out there. All right, gorgeous sunset. I ended up talking to the guy that owns that boat over there. He's got that 300 horse on there. It says it goes about 45 miles an hour. Maybe a little faster if it's just him and his wife. But boy, was that beautiful. So look at this. It almost looks like something hit it. But it might just come in damaged. And they put, you know, the floats, like you got these floats here, the smaller ones, not these giant ones here, but the smaller ones that hold up these docks. They might have just filled it with that to hold it up. And they might have just got these damaged storage containers because they're really cheap. If they're damaged, you might even get them free, just delivery. But look at that. That one looks like it might have got hit, or the floats finally failed. So they need to get someone out there to put some floats back in it. And these 2 here look like they're underwater. I would bet that they're still there because they're all cabled together. But what a great idea for a water break. So you get some waves coming through, but it'll cancel most of it. All right, let's continue on with this video. Now I wanted to show you this too. It's kind of fun. They did like a pirate ship playground. And they've got the little hand rings and a couple swings here. You can go underneath from the back here and go in there. There's like a pole in there, and I'm sure the kids like having a lot of fun on that. And then also they got an upper deck for hanging out, and sometimes they got a bar they open, but this is the main area right here with a full wraparound bar. So you got seating all the way around it, and then a great menu and really good food. J.R. Caches does a really good job. I'm going to swing around the other side, show you the stage and stuff. Here's another angle on this in case anybody wants to use this as an idea for your backyard playground for your kids. You got a kind of a rope walk up right here, and then you got like a little slide. It's almost like a crawl through tunnel slide, and then obviously you can go underneath it down there too. It's really cool design. Here's another angle of the facility here. You can see how packed it is on a Friday night. And right in the middle there's a wraparound bar. They got a big screen over here. That's where they put music if it's going to be raining. Kind of sets you up in the corner there. And then over here, you got the main stage right there. My buddy's playing there. Gary Speck is playing tonight. He's on break. And then, but I'll tell you, it's a real fun stage, but the sun is beaming right in your face while you're trying to play. So when it's 90 and humid, boy, is that hard on you. And then they got the big picture chair. You could sit in the big chair and take a photo. And I'm gonna walk over here. I'm gonna walk over there to where we started the video. I kind of just walked around here. Walk over there, and I want to show you this inflatable on the water playground they put in. So it's pretty cool. Check that out. Proverbial. That's the boat ramp, and someone's having fun throwing their ball into the water so their dog can go get it. That's fun. Let's see if we can get him to do it. He doesn't want to let go of that ball right now, though, I'm telling you. Let me walk over there. So over there's the area that I first started filming from up above it over up there. And there's some RV parking right down along the water here as well. Right here. And then they've got like a swimming beach over here. But they've got this. This is new. I've never seen that before. It's not a very big one, but it might be free. I don't know. They probably have to have a lifeguard for that, so they might charge. They might charge inside that house right there. That might be the place, but it's fun. They got the jump-off platform on the right there. That's the curve, and then you jump off of it. That might be a rock wall to climb up too, on the right. And then you could stand on the part on the left too. bounce around. They got kayak rental over there, so I'm assuming that that's probably all rental. Probably have to pay to go on that. But beautiful, beautiful park. Nice campground, some tiny houses, some houseboats that you can live on the water. And we'll end the video with this right here. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you got this far, please hit like and subscribe. That'll help our channel grow. Check out another video, go ahead and click that link right there. Check out our channel, see all our videos, click this link over here. We have over 2,000 videos now, all kinds of travel, machinery at work, animals, domesticated and wild, and all kinds of fun stuff like this. So check it out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.